Okay, I'm taking a deep breath, and we are going to introduce our first segment here. And right next to me, I have Diana Rios. Along with her, she's brought Nakaya. Nakaya's been on the show before as a performer, is that correct? And then we have Jamie Watson, and then behind us we have two of their caseworkers. We have Alan Hodges, and we also have Diane Bristol. Is that correct? Good. I got everybody in there. So we're going to be talking about the American Red Cross and their Armed Forces program. So why don't you start out?
Absolutely. The American Red Cross began with when Clara Barton decided that she needed help on the battlefield. So Civil War era Red Cross volunteers, and they were nurses at the time, were trained to help, the battlefield, the victims, and make sure that they were taken care of. And what that's grown into.
This was the Civil War.
This was the Civil War. So there's quite some history with the Red Cross and with the military. So our unit, Services to Armed Forces, takes care of all of our military, their families, our veterans, and we have a lot of programs that support them.
Okay, and Jamie Watson, tell us how you're involved with this.
Yeah, actually just started last week. The new regional.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yes. Been in the Capital Region for quite a while, but a new job for me as the Regional Communications Director for the Red Cross. So just starting to get my feet wet and learn about all the great programs that the Services to Armed Forces offers through the Red Cross. And one thing I think that a lot of people know the Red Cross for is their emergencies, services when we help out with disasters, blood drives. But there's so many great programs happening in addition to all of those
I was
services.
not really aware of this until it was brought to my attention. I've gone, we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
We have two caseworkers behind us. Do you work directly with the families?
Yes, we do. We take the do the family follow-up calls with the family and make sure that their needs have been met and see if there's anything else that we can do for the families. And just to let them know that we're there. If they ever should need us again, just call the number and we're there to do whatever we can for them.
And do you work in consort with the military? I mean, is that how?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And Alan, how do you do pretty much the same thing?
Same thing. I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, and you've been doing it for a while?
I've been with the Red Cross for 43 years.
Oh my goodness. That's really nice to hear. I mean, it shows that they're a good employer and they're doing good work and you like working for them. They're going to be talking about two different programs, and let's start out with the first program that you want to talk about.
Absolutely. So through the end of September, we're doing a program called Totes of Hope. Totes of Hope is a program in which communities and community organizations can help us gather items for veterans in need and homeless veterans. Unfortunately, there are too many. They should not be facing
it's really sad.
Homelessness, but it's really an urgent need for us to be able to help them with their basic necessities. So Totes of Hope allows us to collect hygiene items for them. Totes of Hope will bag these items: shampoo, soap, baby wipes, washcloths, anything you can think of, deodorant, everything new, brand new.
Everything new.
And we'll bag them in a tote of hope and deliver those with the help of
So you will collect them. People take them. Then you decide what goes into each bag. Maybe specific for either females or males.
Correct. Right? Yes. And with the help of our VA hospital facilities, our vet centers, and there's a lot of vet organizations in the area that help us, the Red Cross, with those needs. So they'll help us identify veterans in need and make sure that they receive those totes.
It's nice to know you're collecting, but where?
We are collecting right now at our Red Cross locations in Adirondack, Saratoga, on Everett Road in Albany. Camelot Copy and Print Center on Fuller Road has been fantastic about taking donations for us as well. And we have a lot of companies in the area that have come on board to help us. We have Homestead Funding in many of their locations, LL Bean at Colony Center. So there's a number of locations. If you come to our website, www.redcross.org, and look for Totes of Hope, you can find a listing of all the places you can drop off those items.
And when is your deadline? Because you certainly want to have enough time to do the packing.
Absolutely. Well, September 11th is a National Day of Remembrance for our military, and September 11th we're going to be packing those items. So the urgent need is to get those items to the Red Cross by September 11th, but we will accept those items through September 24th at the latest.
Do you need volunteers?
We absolutely always need volunteers. So if you want to volunteer for the Red Cross, again, the same website, www.redcross.org. redcross.org. Look at the volunteer opportunities that are available, and there are volunteer opportunities available specifically for services to armed forces. So if that's what you're interested in, just check the box. Come to a volunteer orientation. It's a lot of great information, and learn how you can help.
Now, you're also doing something else for the holidays, which seems like
Absolutely.
really kind of, we hear about it all the time, and I think people might want to start thinking about it, maybe start writing some letters now.
That would
What
be
is
great.
that?
So I'm going to actually let Jamie do a little bit of talking. The program is called Holiday Mail for Heroes. I know Nakaya has experienced Holiday Mail for Heroes as a recipient. Her dad has deployed. So we'll let Jamie start, and then we'll let Nakaya say how important
Sure.
it is to get the
Good.
mail.
Yeah, thanks. This program, I think, is one that's so important to everybody, no matter where you are in our region, because who doesn't want to say thank you to our military, to our veterans, and to those families who are also going through this deployment as well. So Holiday Mail for Heroes is a way for people, a really easy way for people to say thank you to our armed forces. And we'll be running this program from October 1st through December 15th. And as I said, really simple. We're asking people to fill out a holiday card, to say their thanks, to send their holiday greetings, and to send it to Pitney Bowes, who is our partner.
Oh, okay.
Who is
So
our
this
partner
is not
with
like
this.
you're not going to write it out yourself and mail it. You do this all on the internet?
No, you actually do physically write out a card.
Oh, okay.
We're just asking because we have all of our cards screened before we receive
Absolutely.
any cards back.
It-
They go to Pitney Bowes in order to be screened. But yes, you're writing out a holiday card, and we just ask that you mail it to Pitney Bowes before we receive it back
Well, and
for distribution.
that makes sense to be screened.
Yeah.
Really. And Nakaya, your dad was deployed?
Yes, my dad was deployed for almost a year, and holiday mail is really special to me and my family because even if you don't have a family member who is deployed, it still is very nice for you to just send out a card, and it feels really good if you get one, and when people tell you it's okay, we hope that you feel better about it. And even though they're away, you still can tell them that you still are thinking of them. If they're in an area where you can't call them,
That's right.
or you can't
Skype
them, or
Yeah.
so it's just really nice for them to know that you still miss them, but you know that it's going to be okay.
Well, and it's important from what we've heard from Nakaya is that she's kind of intimately involved with it, knowing how her dad felt, and rather than just being an employee kind of working on this project. I want to back up a little bit with your caseworkers. When, say there's a death in the family, or they're deployed, because you do the National Guard as well. So if there's an emergency that they're going to send out the National Guard, tomorrow, because that's how it happens sometimes. How do you work with the families? Because sometimes that's not very convenient. Is that something that you work with, or?
Yes, if we have a casualty of a service member in the area, Diane is the one who will handle that
Okay.
call. For caseworkers, we are handling the death of their family members.
Okay.
To make sure that they're notified and have the opportunity to come home for services.
I see.
And we can help them financially get them in the right place in order to be able to come home for the services.
Okay, I was just trying to put this all together here. So they do need volunteers, and I would imagine if I ask them, they'll say they'll take financial donations.
Absolutely. Certainly, we always take donations, and you just make out your checks to the American Red Cross. Send them to us at 33 Everett Road. We'll make sure that they get into our programs. And we really appreciate the support. Again, we're always looking for volunteers. Volunteers specifically for our events that we do to support the military. We do pre- and post-deployment events. We're doing a very large Marine Corps Family Day coming up on September 8th, where we will work with 700 Marine Corps families. So volunteers are absolutely
Wow,
a vital
wow.
role
Is that
with the
locally
Red
you're
Cross.
doing?
It's in Chestertown.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
we
up
do
north,
cover that
yeah.
area, and we will work with Greater New York to make sure that the event is covered. But it's events like that that the military knows the Red Cross is there and that we care.
And I do want to say I was over at Rotterdam Junction when they had that horrible, Hurricane Irene, and the flooding there, and I noticed that the Red Cross made a presence there and was bringing in ladders. I mean, you brought in some stuff that I was like, wow, that's good. You really need that.
And one thing I want to mention when talking about the holiday mail for heroes is when you talk about donations, we also are looking for donations of the greeting cards as well. So if companies or individuals want to donate in that way,
Actual greeting cards.
Actual greeting cards, those can be dropped off at our Everett Road location as well.
So maybe it'd be nice if you want to do a project with your kids, make greeting cards, make handmade greeting cards.
Absolutely.
That's really a great way to get involved and do it.
Absolutely.
We've been speaking with representatives from the American Red Cross, and so pleased to have them on to learn about this wonderful project, and to give a big shout out to Alan for 43 years with that. Good. Good. Thank you all for being here. We hope that we get some mail out for you.